Just like Western stars, K-pop idols sometimes use PR stunts to stir up interest in their releases. This can involve anything from hinting at dating rumors to using bold or controversial concepts. Jay Park went on an interesting route to promote his recent single. He released Mac Nasty on June 30th of this year, but before doing so, it was announced that he had joined the adult platform OF. Just a few days before the song came out, he shared the link to his account, which wasn't subscription-based and completely free to access. Jay Park has been a controversial figure ever since his career started, but nobody expected him to join a platform for such content. Korean netizens in particular were shocked, thinking that he was doing quote-unquote outrageous things to appeal to the Western music market. The comments on online forums said stuff like, "This is bad for his image," and "Is he giving up on the Korean music market?" However, all signs pointed towards this being a PR stunt to promote his comeback, seeing as there were no actual pictures that could be deemed as inappropriate, just a few pictures of him with his shirt off, a video with a suggestive angle, and a teaser for Mac Nasty. He did end up making a few netizens angry, but he also found a very creative way to get them to pay attention, so it's a win for him either way. Six Bomb have gone down in history as being one of the K-pop groups with the strangest concept ever. Even if you haven't heard even one song of theirs, you have probably heard of their concept. But before we get to that, let's talk about the group for a bit. Six Bomb debuted in January 2012, but even though the girls were immensely talented, they were also unlucky as the debut didn't go as planned. They lost a member before doing so, and the mini-album didn't do well. A few years later though, controversy and PR stunts had become the group's concept, so they fully leaned into that with their digital single, Getting Pretty Before. In the music video, the members are shown at the studio and also getting their hair and nails done, getting facials, and consulting a plastic surgeon before they actually get plastic surgery. On the other hand, the Getting Pretty After music video shows the members walking into the surgery room in their pink jumpsuits, then showing the results of their surgery as they walk out in a short blue dress. Even the teasers show the members' faces covered in bandages, which showed that the whole thing wasn't just a part of the concept, but that the members really went through with it. Then, in a following interview, the members revealed that the company spent 100 million won on surgery. They said that they weren't forced into it either, with Dane explaining, "Undergoing plastic surgery wasn't too bad. There were times I wanted to get it done when I saw my imperfections on TV, so I was able to happily get it done." The company also claimed that the members were the ones that came up with the idea in the first place. The last stunt they did was when they parodied Japanese adult videos for the Hiccup Hiccup music video, paired with a Japanese magazine-themed photo shoot and featuring men in the video and blurring their faces. The concept once again got them a lot of negative comments, but they could never get the same attention as they did with their previous ones. The group disbanded on May 22nd, 2021, but they have left their mark on the industry no matter how controversial their methods were. Back in July 2012, 2PM's Nick Hoon got involved in a DUI accident. After having a few drinks with fellow JYP idols, he got into his car to get back to his dorm but crashed into a motorcycle. His blood alcohol content was 0.056%, which led to his license being suspended. The person on the motorcycle got injured, with a witness saying that they were bleeding and were sent to the hospital because they felt pain on their waist and shoulders. The police said that nobody was seriously injured, but Nick Hoon received a lot of backlash for getting behind the wheel under the influence of alcohol, and even though both he and the agency apologized, with Nick Hoon even crying at some point. However, a few months later, it was revealed that he was volunteering at a Buddhist welfare facility for disabled children located in Seoul, as he wanted to reflect on his actions. It was reported that he had visited the center regularly, but preferred to keep the whole thing a secret. However, a lot of people believed that he had done it as a PR stunt rather than on his own will, and to them, it made sense. After all, DUIs are some of the worst scandals that Korean celebrities can go through, so it would make sense for him to do damage control by doing charity work. He also appeared on Sons Over Flowers with his mother, and they both apologized for what happened. He talked about volunteering at the facility, claiming that he learned an important lesson from his experience. His mother also apologized on his behalf, pleading with the fans to give him a chance for him to be a better person. If the volunteer work wasn't for publicity, his and his mother's participation in that show was definitely seen as such. Real groups aren't the only ones that can do PR stunts, because as it appears, fake groups are capable of that as well. Due to how quickly fans seem to be interested in new groups, despite not knowing anything about said group or the members, there's a few times that people have taken advantage of this to play make-up fake K-pop groups to fool people. Such is the case of Lion Girls. There was a quote-unquote official account that popped up on Twitter announcing that Hunis Entertainment was going to debut a new girl group on August 27th, 2016. There were other social media accounts created for the group, which uploaded teaser pictures of the alleged 3 members. Since Hunis was home to exceptional international artists such as Top Dog, JBJ95, and Alice, there were a lot of people that got excited for this new group. Fan sites started getting created, as well as fan accounts for the members, which was a questionable decision because, again, these fans didn't know anything about these members they were supposedly supporting. Then the accounts posted a teaser video for the alleged comeback, which is when people started being suspicious. Not only was the teaser completely silent, but the clip seemed to have been taken from Megan Nicole's music video for Escape. Still, fans were hopeful that this was just a misunderstanding and that the group was going to debut after all. Then the account appeared to be hacked as there were tweets being made in English and containing things that would have never been posted by an official account. However, it was when the music video for Breathe was posted and everything went downhill. The beginning of the music video had a clip from Escape, while the rest of it had some unknown girls filming themselves doing random stuff, with Fire by BTS playing in the background. The complete absurdity of the situation had people thinking that the music video was also posted by the hackers, but the truth was that the group never existed in the first place. The owner of the account made a tweet on the same day saying, "I scammed my way into Soompi Girl Group Zone and all K-pop, when will you ever?" The accounts were then deleted, and it was revealed that the name Lion Girls was a play on words for Lying Girls. Hunos also commented on the situation, with a staff member confirming that the group had nothing to do with the company. Years later, someone else managed to pull the same trick. In 2020, there was an account that appeared on Twitter claiming to be the account of the newest JCM entertainment group by the name Girlfriend. Since there are many groups that get announced in a day, the account flew by unnoticed. That was until some K-pop fans started having problems with the group's name, saying that it was very close to that of G-Friend. Believing that these were an unknown group from a small company, other fans jumped to the group's defense, but they still ended up being rebranded as Girly. At this point, they had garnered a significant amount of support, with the account getting more than 2,000 followers in a matter of days. There were also fan accounts created for the members, so the fans would be ready to support the group whenever it would make their debut. Even though the public's interest was piqued, they started seeing a few inconsistencies, leading many to believe that this was another Lion Girls situation. The tweets in Korean and English were full of errors even though they were short. Then the members started getting introduced, but quite in an unusual way. The breaking point was when someone did an image reverse search on one of the pictures of the alleged members, and it turned out that member Da-eun was actually another person and that the account had just used their picture. In addition, someone dug deeper to find out what the deal with this group was and found out that the company they were supposed to be debuting in hadn't been active since 2016 with the disbandment of their last group 4L. When the jig was up, the person who had made up the group had to admit that Girly wasn't real and that the account was made to promote other groups, which they would start doing when the account had more followers. Girly probably won't be the last fake K-pop group, so be a bit more cautious next time you think about making a fan account for someone who hasn't debuted yet. If you were to ask K-pop fans, almost every dating scandal between idols is a PR stunt. Baekhyun and Taeyeon, Kai and Crystal, Jennie and Kai, Momo and Heechul, and so on. However, one relationship that everyone basically agreed was an attempt at publicity, albeit a failed one, was that of icons Yoonhyung and former Momoland member Daisy. Back in 2019, Sports Soul reported that the two had been dating for a few months at that point, and that the representatives in the industry were very aware of their relationship. This wouldn't be the first nor the last time that the media reported on an alleged relationship, so everyone expected the respective companies to either confirm or deny the rumors if they were going to talk about them at all. This is when the problem started. YG Entertainment said that they met up a few times but weren't dating. In contrast, MLD Entertainment came out and said that they had checked with Daisy and stated that the two had been seeing each other for 3 months, which was quite the embarrassing situation. Because of this, fans ridiculed Daisy to no end, accusing MLD of using Yoonhyung to promote the group and saying that they were attempting to pull a publicity stunt. Later on though, after Daisy was free from MLD's clutches, she made a TikTok video to explain everything that went on. According to her, she got a call from the company when she was at the airport telling her that they needed to have a meeting. There, Daisy told a company executive that it would be better if they denied the news because there was no evidence of the two dating. However, the company executive started telling Daisy that there could be pictures of them, and if they denied it and those pictures came out, it would look much worse for her than it would for him. The executive then tells her that YG would deny it, but kept insisting that there might be pictures, so Daisy just told him to do whatever the company thought was best for her, which led to the embarrassing situation that the company put her in. Daisy didn't confirm whether she was indeed dating Yoonhyung, but this just confirmed to fans that the company tried to use the possibility of the relationship for publicity. There was no other reason for them to convince Daisy that there might be pictures, especially since YG was planning to deny it. Weehua Entertainment pretty much shot themselves in the foot when they decided to name Yena's single Hate Rodrigo as an alleged tribute to Olivia Rodrigo. The song is obviously not about hating Olivia, but Yena uses the phrase as a means to show that she's jealous of her and wants to be like her. However, not only was Olivia's last name used in the title, but her posters and pictures are also heavily featured in the music video, which led to backlash towards Yenna. While people understood what the company was going for with the title and the concept, they still thought it was a really bad decision to do so. A commenter said, "Calling it Hate Rodrigo is such a bad taste. Why not want to be Rodrigo? Be Rodrigo or something neutral if she really wanted to make it about her." There was also another issue, which had to do with the fact that Olivia was slated to release music a few days after Hate Rodrigo came out. Since the team was trying to promote the comeback through Twitter and TikTok with the hashtag Hate Rodrigo, this was obviously bad publicity for her, despite the fact that Olivia didn't have anything to do with it in the first place. So not only was the whole thing seen as immature, but Yenna and her team received a lot of flack for not contacting Olivia's team. This decision ultimately blew up in their faces. 2 days after the music video came out, it was made private on YouTube, leading to speculations that Olivia's team had contracted Weihua and asked for it to be taken down. However, the agency denied the speculation, saying that they had privated the video as there were possible violations of trademark rights, portrait rights, and copyright. The music video was ultimately re-uploaded with some scenes edited out, and the TikTok videos with the Hate Rodrigo hashtag were deleted. Out of all of these though, rapper Chitki's publicity stunt was the worst and the most dangerous of them all. On July 30th, media outlets reported that the rapper had lost his life after he slipped and fell off a roof while doing a challenge. An acquaintance of his spoke to the media, expressing how shocked everyone was and going into more detail about the circumstances of the alleged accident. According to the acquaintance, since they always like doing challenges and pranks, they had promised their viewers that Chitki would jump off the edge of the roof if they reached 1,400 followers on Instagram. When the goal was reached, Chitki stood at the edge of the roof as he would pretend to fall, but he slipped and fell from the 5-story building. They called the police once they noticed he was unresponsive, with the acquaintance announcing that Chitki had lost his life. Even if netizens didn't quite believe the news at first, they became convinced that something tragic had happened when his friend started posting to mourn his passing, and his girlfriend wrote an emotional tribute on her Instagram story. She said, "You had so much ambition, dreams, and were always curious. You went through so much. Now, let's meet every night in our dreams." Chitki had always been controversial, but the accident and people's reaction made everyone feel sad for him. That was until he revealed that he had faked everything to promote his song. A day after the news of his passing, he posted a video of himself posing on a rooftop, then in the bathroom, where he was holding a knife and a saw, then dancing in an elevator, going up the stairs, and sitting at the edge of a roof. The caption was, "Nice to meet you," and it seemed to be in response to the reports about his passing. Then he started a live stream, and after netizens overcame the shock of the situation, they started criticizing him for doing such insensitive things for attention. Instead of apologizing and acknowledging that he was wrong though, Chitki said that he wasn't asking for attention, but that he had tried to promote his album and had been too smart about it. He went on to explain that the whole thing got so big that the police and reporters showed up at his home, and for the sake of his hoax, his friend had tried to hide him. Ultimately, he was caught by the police when he was on the way to the convenience store, but he showed no remorse for anything. In fact, he even said that God told him that he was good and that Korean people are bad, so to him, the netizens who were condemning him were just pretending to be morale. The most messed up thing of it all was when he announced his plans of carrying a chainsaw around and eating human flesh. Even his girlfriend was suspected to be involved in it, since she posted on Instagram with the caption, "I'm sorry, today's a day of resurrection." It's unclear whether any action has been taken against him, but this is clearly not someone who should be walking free. We understand cutting your hair a certain way to get attention, or even wearing certain outfits, but faking a tragic accident in a pathetic attempt to make people check him out is definitely crossing the line.